Hey guys, this is Viper with another video review, and today we're going to be taking a look at two figures from the Iron Man line by Hot Toys. This is the Mark II and the Battle Damage Mark III figures. After doing War Machine last time and realizing that, as time goes on, people are going to be more interested in the Mark IV, 5, and 6 and not as much in these, I figured, why not throw these two together since they're pretty much basically the same suit, and just throw them together and do quick reviews on both of them. I really like these suits, especially the Mark III Battle Damage. I think that was done very well. And the Mark II, I wasn't going to get him originally, but I figured, you know what, I really liked War Machine, and since War Machine was built off of the Mark II, I figured, what the heck, it'd be a good companion. But for starters, though, we'll start with the Battle Damage Mark III, and then we'll go to the Mark II figure. So sit back and I hope you enjoy the review. And here we have the Iron Man Battle Damage Mark III. Now, I have to say, when I got this figure, I was just shocked by it. I heard it was good. I heard it was better than the original Mark III suit that came out. But when I saw it in person, I was just taken aback by it. It really is very, very well done. The shine is very nice. And the best part about it is the battle damage that they did, which I'll showcase a little later, is not overdone. That's the best part about it, is you could tell that he's definitely been through a tough battle, but it's not overdone to the point where, it looks like you're just getting a figure that looks like a 2-year-old played with and just slammed it into the toilet a couple times or something. They really did a tasteful job with it. And not only that, they added a lot of the movie-accurate features that were missing from the first one. This figure, of course, has the light-up features. All the palms, the chest, and the eyes all have white LED lights. It comes, I guess we'll show off some of the little features here first. If this one will like to come out. There we go. On both sides here, there's the flare system. I don't know exactly what it's called, but we have, this was an addition from the original figure. I believe this was the same from the original. As on both sides, you have the missile launcher on the side there. You have the air flaps back here, which are much more detailed and have an extra layer to them. These metal pieces are like an extra layer that they added to them to make them a little more accurate, and they look really nice. I like the way they did that. Also on the back here, they set up the air brakes much more detailed than the original one. Alright, this does not want to come up. Big surprise. There we go. And it really looks phenomenal. I'll try to zoom in a little here. And the inner workings are done very well. Although I believe some have said the piston count is wrong back here, but I don't remember too well. But I think it's really done well. Very good job in terms of adding extra detail to the figure. Let's see what else. Oh. This arm can actually be opened up. If you slide this piece all the way over that way, pull up the missile launcher, then this actually opens up, just like when he was attacked by Ironmonger at the end of the movie, and they did a very good job detailing this out. It really looks pretty fantastic. It really adds some extra character to the figure, and it definitely adds a lot more posing options. I'll try to get a little bit of a better look at that later when we do a close-up of the figure. But other than that, he pretty much comes with the basic usual accessories. You have the Tony Stark head that is still in mask. This sculpt is alright. It's not too bad. It's nowhere near as good as the Test Mech suit or the new one that's come out with the Mark IV. But they did give him like a bloody scar up there, which is a little extra thing that they didn't necessarily have to do to add to the battle damage. And one thing that's kind of that kind of stinks about this, though, is if you were to display it with this head, there's a gap. The magnet, the way it sticks, it's hard to get it down without oh, there we go. No, but you see what I mean. There's a gap, and the magnet doesn't really attract to it properly. But then we have the usual closed fists, the open palm hands, the relaxed palm hands. And this was a cool little thing they added in too, so you can recreate at the end of the movie when Stark loses his glove. They give you an extra just hand that you could stick over there. The other big feature he comes with is actually the chest plates are interchangeable. And what you can do is you can have the slightly battle damaged chest piece here. And then when you take this off, there's, of course, they show the inner workings of the Mark III suit. And before I put on the other chest piece, actually, I'll bring up another feature he has. And that is, if you pull down on these shoulder pads, these little missile launchers come up on the sides. Like this. And that is another movie-accurate feature that was absent from the other Mark III, which is definitely a pretty cool feature. It's always nice to have, little movie-accurate gimmicks. They always seem to make a figure stand out more. I don't know why, but it seems to be the way it works. And then to put them back in, you press them down and push this back with this little tool they give you. And then final accessory is this is the battle damaged version. Now, as you can see, it doesn't really fit anywhere near as flush as the other suit, or I should say as the other chest piece, but it's not supposed to, because this one's been shot up, melted, and beat up by Ironmonger. So it's definitely a good accessory to add. Although because of the level of damage on this versus the rest of the figure, it kind of doesn't. It kind of stands out a little bit. That's why I usually display them with the nicer chest piece. But then again, I'm not really into the whole really deep battle damage kind of thing. It is a nice feature though. And then rather than having a regular stand, they give him this big rooftop stand here, which actually is pretty cool. It could be a bit of a pain, I guess, if you're trying to display him in a small space. But overall, it works pretty well. Let's take a little bit of a closer look at him. I'll do a close-up of the figure himself. And very, very good detail. I really like the way they did him. I know I've said that about 5 times, but just very, very quality paint job. There is one problem that a lot of people are noticing, though, and I'm noticing it a little bit on the sides here, is apparently this area sometimes can turn like a pink. So I don't know what that is, but I guess, I don't know, maybe they used bad paint or something. Yeah, detail on the chest a little bit. And then let's show, this is the open section here. Again, really nice detail. Some more battle damage. And here's the back with the whoop, bad focus. Back flaps here. Just a little bit of stuff up there, not too much machinery underneath. And I guess that's about it for the Mark III. Now let's move on to the Mark II. Alright, well, there's not too much about the Mark II that hasn't already been said about the Mark III. But a couple things to note are I really like the way that they pretty much, you could tell that this Mark was a prototype. Because they actually have the chest full of like rivets and the sides and everything. And it doesn't seem like it's as polished as the Mark III would. And this figure actually is a lot like the original Mark III. It has the same features pretty much overall. And we'll show them off in a little bit. But in terms of accessories, he comes with the same Stark head with the magnetic front plate. 2 closed fists again. 2 open palms again. This actually is an interesting little feature though. They give you a miniature arc reactor that lights up. Proof that Tony Stark has a heart. That's an interesting little feature that doesn't come with anything else. But then again, they got to entice you to get him some way, huh? So let's take a closer look at him. And here's a better view of what I'm talking about in terms of the riveting and the lacking of polished look, to show off that this is the prototype suit. In terms of the features on the figure, you have the little missile launcher here on both sides, but this doesn't open up or anything like that, and there's very little detail inside. You have the original flaps, which pretty much the same design in here, but instead of having separate metal plates, the little metal plates are actually kind of sculpted in here with little holes in the flap itself. And then down here, it opens up a little different, but it's pretty much the same inner workings. This piston's a little different, the way it is down here. It's a little different than the battle damage one, but it's pretty much the same thing. And then, of course, the missile launcher comes out on this side, too. I really like him. There's really not too much to say about him, though, because he's really not one of those figures that has a lot of accessories or a lot of features that really make you want to jump out and buy him. Like I said, I got him because I figured since I have War Machine, it'd be cool to have the suit that he's based off of. But still, he's a nice figure, and he's definitely worth it. Well, that's pretty much it for these two. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. I'll see you next time.